Hi, I'm Jeff Peters for GamerPops.com, and today we're looking at Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for the PlayStation 3 and PS Vita. So today we're going to look at one particular mission, and this one actually involves a lot of characters, so it's a good one to look at. So in Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, you can play as a number of different characters depending upon the nature of the mission. And this one, I'm Murray the Hippo. Now, Murray is your heavy, or your guy who's there to beat everybody up kind of thing. He's your strong guy, has a lot of endurance. His thing is just, I'm just gonna take out everybody I can find. And I'm somewhat later in the game. I'm in the 4th hub world of medieval England, so I've already powered him up quite a bit. You can see he's got a nice elbow drop and a lot of physical type of attacks. So Sly Cooper Thieves in Time, it's an action platformer, a lot of stealth elements. Unlike disregard what you're seeing with Murray here, obviously, because he's more of a beat 'em up kind of guy. But other characters require you to have some stealth. Now, in that case, if I was Sly or some of the other characters, I would not have done so well against that type of enemy. But luckily, okay with Murray. See, Murray's got a lot of nice different attacks. So overall, I was quite pleased with the game. There are a few things that I wasn't happy with. There are some control issues here and there. You're going to see a couple of those with Sly later on. And the load times, I had to edit out a lot of the load times, unfortunately. That's probably my biggest complaint with the game, is that the load times are ridiculous. And it's because most open world games, you play in an open world and that's it. But with this one, after you finish a mission, you go back to the hideout, which requires a load time. And then after you go to the hideout and you select your mission, that requires a load time to come back in the world, and it's just crazy. So
okay, you heard Bentley. Together, we can bring this whole operation down.
Yeah! Let's go kick some butt!
Murray, you need to shut down the mixing system. Try disabling those vats.
I gotcha, chum! The Murray is gonna rain destruction like a cloud of pain!
Interesting analogy. Murray, try throwing the cards.
yeah, the game has a lot of personality, obviously, as you saw just there with the way Murray talks about himself in the third person, and there's a lot of wisecracking going on, especially from Sly. But Bentley's got his own thing, and obviously Murray's very confident in his abilities. So in this part of the level, we're also seeing what Murray can do with, he can pick up guys and throw them, which is pretty cool too. And this is about the level of violence you can see in the game. It's very Saturday morning cartoonish almost. There's no blood rain. Like Vanquished enemies just explode in a poof of smoke, and that's about it. Or he takes a little bit of damage right there, but it's nothing that I wouldn't expect to see from a Saturday morning cartoon when I was younger. So we're just gonna skip ahead here to the end of this particular part. As you can see, health replenishing is rather plentiful.
The Murray is triumphant!
Okay, so here's Sly in action. You can see he's a little more stealthy. He's gonna sneak up on guys, and he's gonna pickpocket and steal, whereas Murray shakes it out of him. He's gonna sort of subtly steal it from him. He does have this move though, which is a stealth slam. It's a stealth takeout type maneuver. So Sly, he's quick and nimble like a thief, obviously. So he's more about sneaking, and he can get into areas where Murray can't. You can see these things that are glowing blue. That's his thief sense, basically. Sort of indicates to him where he can climb. So we can see there, he can climb on those things. And here I think I'm about to fail a jump. Yeah, see, that's where I was talking about the controls. And you can't touch water, apparently. None of the characters are allowed to swim, which is kind of weird. See, again, I missed the jump. I didn't fall in the water this time, but usually, for the most part, Sly's pretty good about getting where he wants to go. So we're gonna stalk this next guy, get a few more coins from him, and take him out.
Sly, it looks like the bow will come in handy here, but you'd better watch out for that laser. If it slices through the rope while you're on it, you'll fall into that pool of white, hot, molten metal below.
Is that bad?
Sometimes your humor escapes me, Sly.
So this is another thing that illustrates things that Sly can do. Sly can inherit abilities based upon changing costumes. So here he's taking on an archer persona, and now that gives him ability to shoot arrows at targets. And he can actually do aftertouch on the arrows as well to help you guide where you want it to go. So in this case, I'm just going to wait for that laser to pass. And bang, got it. Now, I could walk across, and I change back to Sly for this one. And same thing here. Sly's just going to take another arrow, shoot it at the target, and that's going to create a rope for him to grind across, so that we can get to the next objective, which she's showing off Murray's hacking abilities, which manifest themselves as arcade-style minigames.
Maybe next time Bentley can invent some laser-proof rope.
I'll take over from here, Sly.
So in this hacking Murray minigame, you're trying to maneuver this little ball across through this obstacle course, and I'm actually using the DualShock 6-axis controller to maneuver it. So almost like a Marble Madness, I guess, kind of deal, or Monkey Ball, or from Sega, or Monkey Ball, but yeah, it's that game. Let's see here, getting through, and there's other ones like dual stick type shooter mini games, side scrolling shooter mini games, things that sort of hey, Murray's hacking the system, but we're going to show it to you as Murray sort of playing around.
You need to get to the floor above, but I don't see an access point. Look around, there must be a way up there.
Leave it to me, Bentley.
Yeah, meet Sly Cooper. He's one of Sly's ancestors, and you'll encounter one ancestor in each of the 5 different hub worlds. Obviously, Sly Cooper is a brave, if not headstrong, knight, and each of his ancestors will have their own special ability, although most of their powers will be just like Sly's. Here, Sly has the ability to really launch himself in the air and get it harder to reach areas.
This is it. You'll need to shut down those 3 sub-generators to disable the central device, but be careful. I suspect the system has an auto reset, and you'll need to deactivate them all before that happens.
Enough twaddle and gobbledygook. Time for action!
Oh boy.
Yes, there's something about those Coopers, Bentley. So this one, we're just going to show Sir Galad going through. In this case, he's got to get out of the way of these lasers and disable these 3 different pipes. So while we watch Sir Galad do, oh yeah, I ate it there a little bit. We'll fast forward to the part where I actually beat the level. So this is a good idea what to expect from Sly Cooper. There's a lot of different activities that you can partake of, the different characters and whatnot. A lot of good variety. Like I said, the loading times and some of the control issues are a little iffy, but overall, a fairly solid game. Love the cross-play save by stuff from Sony. Really like what they're doing with that, and it's in full effect here in this game. It's tremendous value because of that. So that was Sly Cooper Thieves in Time. For GamerPops.com, I'm Jeff Peters. Thanks a lot for watching.